So let's discuss about the dynamic RLS. For that, as I have told you, first of all, we need to create a table. So go to this modeling, create a new table. And when you click on this new table, one query editor, or you can say a formula bar, is going to be presented to you. Now I'm going to call it as an user table. Inside this user table, I am going to use a data table function. This data table function initially we use for the purpose of creating ad hoc tables. Means if you want to prepare or create an ad hoc tables, then and there you can be able to use it. So I'm going to start with a user ID, which is going to be an integer, followed by user name, which is string, with a country string, and then with a quick email string. Then after that, I will use a curly braces and then closing curly braces. Sorry. And then inside this curly braces, when you are actually going to start working with this, inside this curly braces, you are actually going to add your data now. So how you will add your data? Same with your starting curly braces and end curly braces. So for example, first I'm going to enter the user ID. So user ID will be 1. User name is say Robin. Country is Australia. And email is robin@123.com. Then just next to it, put a comma and move to the next line. Again, the user ID will be same. Name is also same, but I am going to change the country to United States. Followed with the same ID, robin@123.com. This is going to be the second record. Then we will go for the third record with the same ID, or let's keep it to 2 only. So I have 2, and then this is John. And maybe if you want, you can add one more column here with name, say sales info or sales of type integer. Okay, then here we have John, say Spain, and then john@abc.com, comma 13,000. Here also you can put some amount, say 12,500, whatever it is. Then just close this. Then we will go for your one more record, final record, and this will be going to be again 2 followed by John, comma, will be again Spain only, but at this time again this john@abc.com, and suppose this time the revenue is 15,000. So I have just provided some revenue information to it. Now please make sure that you will properly close your tables and the other things. Okay, you need to make sure that should be properly closed. Press enter. And if you can see right now, one table with name user table is created for us. Okay, one table with name user table is created. You can expand it and you can see all the resources which are there. So now before going to this particular part, let me add one or two charts. The first chart is going to be with the sales by country. So I'm just going to place it. Hold on. Fine. Perfectly fine. Okay. So then after that, this is one chart. I'm going to add one more sales information. This will be on the basis of username. So we have two users, John and Robin. After that, I'm going to hit a scorecard. Click on the scorecard. Inside this scorecard, I will just place it here. Inside this scorecard, I'm keeping it at the middle and I'm going to provide only the email, right, which is john@abc.com. Fine. Now, once these basic steps has been done, go back to modeling, manage roles, create a role and give this a name as your dynamic role. Go for the user table, add filter to email address, mark my word, email address, and then inside this value remove it and you will type user principal name. This is the function that we are going to use, user principal name, and then hit save. Now let's try to test it. Now if I will go for view as, I actually need to provide two information. First of all, the other user and then dynamic role. So in the other user, for example, I am going to say robin@123.com. I think that was the ID that I have created, and then I will click OK. So as per the Robin, only those information needs to be presented which I was expecting to be shown. So if you can see, we have United States and Australia. These are the two records, these are the two values which are initially be presented by the Robin. But when I will go back to this report and then again I am going to say view as, I will remove this user to john@abc.com, abc.com, click OK. Then only the Spain data is presented to me. Now if I will publish this particular report, publishing we'll talk about later. If I will publish this particular report, whenever you will log in with the respective mail ID that we have mentioned here, accordingly the changes are going to be reflected to you. This is known as your dynamic row level security. Okay, so this was the another option that you all must know about when you are working with your dynamic resources as well. So let me